Hello Year 5, hope you're okay. I found a little cubby hole in school, somewhere nice and quiet that I can quickly read your tomorrow's chapter. I didn't find the ICT suite very good for actually being able to hear what I was saying the other day. So we are at chapter 24. This is the picture to go with today's chapter. I think that is going to be Bryce walking in to what's his name, Lucius Clark's shop, but let's wait and see. And so Edward Tulane was mended, put together again, cleaned and polished, dressed in an elegant suit, and placed on a high shelf for display. From this shelf, Edward could see the whole shop, Lucius Clark's workbench and the windows to the outside world and the door that the customers used to enter and leave. From this shelf, Edward saw Bryce open the door one day and stand in the threshold, the silver harmonica in his left hand flashing brilliantly in the sunlight flooding in through the windows. Quite a nice setting description, isn't it? "Young sir," said Lucius, "I'm afraid that we made a deal." Go away, Miss O'Prey, she keeps texting me. Okay. I didn't mean that, Miss O'Prey, she can text me all she wants. Okay. "Can't I see him?" asked Bryce. He wiped his hand across his nose, and the gesture filled Edward with a terrible feeling of love and loss. "I just want to look at him." Lucius Clark sighed. "You may look," he said, "but you may look and then you must go and not come back. I cannot have you in my shop every day mooning over what you've lost." "Yes, sir," said Bryce. Lucius sighed again. He got up from his workbench and went to Edward's shelf and picked him up and held him so that Bryce could see him. "Hey, Jangles," said Bryce. "You look good. The last time I seen you, you looked terrible. Your head was busting in and—" "He is put back together," said Lucius, "as I promised you he would be." Bryce nodded. He wiped his hand across his nose. "Can I hold him?" he asked. "No," said Lucius. Bryce nodded again. "Tell him goodbye," said Lucius Clark. "He is repaired. He has been saved. Now you must tell him goodbye." "Goodbye," said Bryce. "Don't go," thought Edward. "I won't be able to bear it if you go." "And now you must leave," said Lucius Clark. "Yes, sir," said Bryce, but he stood without moving, looking at Edward. "Go," said Lucius Clark. "Go." "Please," thought Edward, "don't." Bryce turned. He walked through the door of the doll mender's shop. The door closed. The bell tinkled, and Edward was gone. Alone. Okay, that is the end of chapter 24 then. I know that just from reading chapter 23 and reading chapter 24, my opinion of Lucius Clark has very much changed. In the last chapter, it seems as though he was doing Bryce a favour, and now, almost, he's fixed the doll, but he's just got to keep him. So it wasn't really a favour to Bryce at all, because now Bryce has had to give Edward or Jangles away. So have a little look at the questions to go along with today's lesson. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It's looking as though next week is going to be scorching. So we're very much looking forward to that in school, because a lot of the children haven't been able to go out at playtime or lunchtime the past few days because it's been pouring with rain. So enjoy the weekend. Enjoy being outside, getting some sunshine, some lovely fresh air, and I'll see you on Monday for our next chapter. Okay, bye.